finally made it to Hamilton, Texas. We just pulled in off of Highway 281 and we're stopping today at Southern Spice. I can't wait for you to meet Melissa, one of the women who's reinventing herself. Come on, let's go in. Hey. Hey, how are ya? Hey, Melissa. Everybody, this is Melissa Gentry, the owner of Southern Spice.
Hey, thanks for visiting with us today.
Melissa's a little undone because she's getting ready for the big spring fling fashion show that I'm going to be starring in, so be sure and come to that. But show us around your shop, Melissa. This is a great place. Right here, right off 281. You get any highway traffic?
We get highway traffic quite regular. It started out a little slow, but once we finally got a sign up, it's starting to build, and every day we get more and more. So we're real pleased with it to be out here.
Yeah, let's show them some Texas bling, okay? Show us some Texas bling.
Some Texas bling. I may have all my Texas bling pulled for this style show. This is a little bit of some Texas bling. These are some things that we sell quite a bit of here in our shop. The blingy belts, the Western look is in. It's been in for quite some time and still does really well.
There's a lot of bling on that wall too. You know, you can order this stuff from Melissa, right? You ship anywhere, right?
Yes, ma'am. I'll ship anywhere.
And where can they
anytime.
find you?
Well, basically right now until we get our website completed, which has been another experience within itself. They can follow us on Facebook, and right now I do most of that under my name, Melissa Hughey Gentry, and they can also follow us on Instagram.
Okay, anytime. Melissa Hughey Gentry, and on Instagram. I'll put the details down in the comments a little bit later. But Melissa, you haven't always owned a shop, have you?
No, not always. I did own a small boutique when we lived down in Georgetown for a few years, but other than that, I always worked in sales and marketing for other people, and one day got the idea that I'm tired of working for the man, and why not work for myself? So I took the plunge, and I've gone for it.
Yeah? Well, good for you. So you're reinventing yourself, basically.
Basically, I'm reinventing myself, doing something that I've always wanted to do and doing something that I've always had a dream of doing.
And so it's been really easy, hasn't it, this reinvention thing?
No. No. This has probably been one of the hardest things I've ever done, next to raising children.
Yes, and she did a great job. She has two wonderful boys, my nephews, and tell us about some of the hard things. I mean, what are the things that surprised you?
The things that have surprised me is, well,
What do you
just
like?
about every day I get a surprise. The hardest thing is trying to keep your inventory up, stocked up. I was just discussing with another lady, an owner of a boutique, that we do out here in these small towns like this. We like to do most of our ordering online, but sometimes you get in a crunch and a bind, and you have to take that quick trip down to Dallas. And coming from a small town like this, going down to Dallas downtown is not a fun experience. And so you try to put that off as long as you can, but
oh, come on, the big city's not so bad, girl.
Yeah. But basically, that's a tough thing to keep your inventory all stocked up and having sizes available for everybody. That's probably what I struggle with the most. So,
how do you like doing the books?
The bookkeeping is not my favorite, as we're only open Wednesday through Saturday. I make myself do no work on Sunday. I tell my husband, God said no working on Sunday, and I'm not going to work on Sunday.
Good for her.
So I spend my Mondays and Tuesdays doing book work, trying to.
It takes that long just to keep up with it.
Yes. Yeah. I'd like to be at the point where I can just take my daily work down to an accountant, but that doesn't always work in your budget when you're first starting out. So
yeah, you have to do everything, don't you? I mean, you put everything out.
I do all my merchandising, all my buying, all my bookkeeping, and all of my customer service. So I kind of am my shop at this time. I am looking at maybe in the near future hiring some help, but it's just not in the immediate budget, I guess.
So tell us some of the funny things that happened in small town reinvention of yourself.
Well, of course, like I said, we get a lot of people come in off the highway out there, and a couple of weeks ago I had a couple little old ladies come in off the highway. They take a girls' day once a month, and I got to be on their stop that day. And when they came in, I noticed one was dressed very hip. She had on the shredded leggings and the shredded top and the wedges. And both of these ladies, later on in our conversation, let me know that they were 84 and 85 years old. And so I commented on her outfit. I just love your outfit. And of course, her friend looked over, who was not quite as hip as she was, and says, she always dresses like that. And of course, she looked back at her and said, well, that's okay. You can dress how you want to dress. So anyway, in our conversation and our shopping experience with them, she looked down, and I had on some cheetah wedges, and she asked me about
shoes.
my
Girls, the shoes are everything.
She asked me about my cheetah wedges, and I told her I was sold out. I didn't have them. And she asked me to take my shoe off, to let her try my shoe on. And I kind of looked at her, and I thought, is she serious? And she says she's serious. So I took my shoe off, and I let her try it on. And she put it on, and she stood up, and she walked around in it and says, yes, these are my size. And she wanted to buy my shoes right off my feet. Unfortunately, they were my favorite shoes, so I wasn't willing to sell them that day. I did let her know I'll try to order her some, and if I can get them in, I'll give her a call and ship them to her. But that was one of my most fun days in the shop. Not long ago, I had some little old ladies in from Goldthwaite, and one was just, they were kind of like this couple. One was really hip, and the other was, you know, a little more serious, and the other one was just, I think, along for the ride. And she was telling me about her little boyfriend she had. Mind you, these ladies, again, are in their 80s. And as she's explaining to us that, you know, her boyfriend was over on Sunday night, and then he showed up on Monday morning. Of course, the straight friend turned to her and says, well, you didn't tell me that. And she says, well, I don't have to tell you everything. So that was quite comical. And she said, of course, he showed up, and I didn't have my boobs on, and my hair wasn't done, and I'm in my nightgown, and I'm looking at her with the expression of, what do you mean your boobs on? You know, I go to bed with my boobs, and I get up with my boobs. So she turned around and let me know that she has prosthetics. And I guess I probably was a little stunned at that too, because I didn't really know you could have prosthetic boobs. I thought you had boob implants, but I guess she has some that she hooks on every day. So that was quite amusing. Her friend did enlighten me that she had had breast cancer, and it was a great story. Anyway, quite funny for her to share that with us here in my boutique. So
you can see that Melissa has found her calling. This reinvention has been a good thing for her, because as you can tell, she never meets a stranger, and she can talk. She can sell wind in a bag. I want them to see your children's boutique room.
Okay.
That is fabulous. And if you have grandkids like I do, you'll love this. And Melissa's fixing to get her first grandkid, and so show them around, Melissa.
In here, basically, my boutique is located in a little white, I like to call it a little white cottage on the hill, north end of Hamilton. And so it's all separated in bedrooms, and I chose to make this back room because of the black and white check floor. There our little kids' room. And in here, we basically carry everything from size 0 or newborn up to size 16 in girls. And we try to carry a variety of colors, a variety of styles, and I guess then the biggest thing back here is trying to keep my bows in stock. As I've not had girls, I never realized how big of a business the bow business is. And it's a serious business, and they're serious about their bows.
In Texas, we take our bling and our bows serious.
Yes. This is a lot of fun, I guess, mostly because I've never had a little girl. I always wanted a little girl, and so this kind of takes care of my little girl fix. Right now, we're gearing up for Easter, and so last week when we came back from market, we picked up some cute little Easter dresses. This one already has been a favorite. I've had it out 3 days, and I'm only down to 2 of them already. So obviously that was a good choice in that. Some of our other Easter dresses that we picked up at market was this.
Oh, I have a little girl that look good in that.
These range anywhere from 3 months up to size 10, I believe.
Oh, wow.
And one of our other Easter picks this year was the little pom-pom pink
Oh, isn't that precious?
dress.
I might have to shop after this is over. Lonnie's asleep on the porch, so we're good. Oh, Melissa, if this reinvention works out like you hope, what do you see in the future?
I have dreams of really expanding my store. I have a dream store in mind. I don't know if anybody had ever been to Hamilton, Texas. I'm going to say 15, 20 years ago, we used to have a store here called Plain and Fancy, and that is truly my dream store. I'd like to carry furniture, a large selection of home decor and gifts, as well as have a boutique and jewelry.
You know, we stopped in Heiko and we were talking about how these towns are kind of reinvigorating themselves. You know, Heiko was almost dead.
Yes.
10 years ago, and it's coming back. Do you think Hamilton's coming back?
I think we have some people here that are real energized, have some good vision. I think that with some of the new shops opening here, I'm hoping that this is a point for us that's going to take off, and that maybe we can be one of those great stopping places for travelers and shoppers and tourists on the 281 corridor.
Yeah. Well, thank you for visiting with us today. And I got to tell you, this is my sister-in-law, and I love her to death. And I'm so proud of her for going after her dreams. Put your walking shoes on. Go after your dreams. What's holding you back? Thanks.